Good morning, everyone. Esteemed colleagues, honorable fellows of the profession, um, friends, habari za asubuhi. Tuko salama? Huh? How is the AC today? It's very nice, yeah? It's top. Let me get, is it top? Dr. Yakub? Too cold, eh? What Mombasa saying is too cold, but yeah, thanks. I'd like to recognize the presence of our honorable fellows. I see two other, from where I'm standing. The board chair, PPB, Dr. Gidinji. Maybe you can stand and wave. The colleagues may want to. Asante. The CEO, PPB. I know he'll be speaking to us today between 3 to 4. So as we do the program, we do that at 3 to 4. Dr. Menge will come after me. Are there any PSK branch officials? I see Dr. Yaile there. Please stand. Chair of chairs. In the next, there's a chair of chairs. He sits in representing the branch chair. So, simamisha branch leaders wako. I know Dr. Gertrude is there from Turkana. Please stand, the branch chairs. I think members wanted to look and see you. Are there no others? I cannot see from here. Yeah, but I think they're with their members in a small kampunji somewhere, because I can see some members are not here. But thank you. Please have a seat. Okay. I've been given the timer because I'm a politician. I think the CEO spoke and said, I had a written speech. It's very nice. Please have a read. Yeah. It's about the health system. There's something called the health system. And pharmacy is part of that health system. And as I reflected on what we were talking about yesterday, I think I was challenged by former chair of PSK, Dr. Kamamia Murisho, when he said, how can you be in a house and people are planning for your house out there? So I'll throw this question to our leaders in PPB, yeah, the chair, the CEO, but not even that, just us on the branches where we are at our practice spaces. Yeah? Were you challenged like me? Or it was just for PSK leadership? I think individually all of us were equally challenged, and I would like for us to just reflect on that. So today at 4 to 6, we will again revisit the conversations we were having yesterday, collect a lot of that feedback, and then we go out into breakout sessions so that by the end of this conference, we have resolutions with action plans that we move forward with. So I'm looking forward to that. Some of the issues that were flagged and highlighted were around governance. So these are internal mostly issues: governance, opportunities, communication, operational efficiency, follow-up, strategic partnerships, advocacy, and the manufacturing plants. Let me talk about the manufacturing plants. I think I had said I didn't want to bring up the matter of the manufacturing plant because of the hot issues that were being discussed. I didn't want it to be sort of go under the water. And I can say maybe that was my own perception because I was equally challenged on the floor yesterday to shed more light. So again, I'll be making a presentation, but this is the long and short. We have an opportunity to create a $15 million high volume and parenteral fluids manufacturing plant here in Kenya. That plant, from the studies we've done, will only meet 20% of the national demand for those products. Remember, we import over 95% of that product. Yeah. Already, we've secured the land. The valuation was done. Now it's meant to be transferred to a public limited company that we formed as PSK. That company needs some pre-project funds, like urgently, of $250. Yeah, because now the dollar keeps changing. So let me say dollars. So I don't say shillings. Then by the time you're paying, it has changed. 250. $100,000. Those are the pre-project activities. That amount of money is secured by the value of the land. So the people who come in early to invest are the ones who get favorable valuation on their shares. Because a lot of members, the normal curve, they are early adopters. Yeah, those will get, because we just need to raise 250,000 US dollars to be able to kick the project. Because there are things around paying stamp duty. If you're going to transfer the land to your name, you need to pay stamp duty. There are project consultants who need to be paid and things like that. Yeah, so that money is required over the next 3 months. PSK will be sharing the details of that project. The CEO of that project is Dr. Masiga. I think we were here in the last conference and we shared that. And there are many respectable members who are part of that project. Dr. Otundo donated the 5-acre project land in Athi River to be able, and the team went around and scouted. So today, I think yesterday I was challenged to be a bit bolder in asking you. So I'm asking today, yeah? How many will be the early adopters? I want a show of hands. Early adopters to the project. I know you have questions, but we need early adopters. I can see backbenchers. Anyone else? Yeah? Eh? Please be bold. Raise your hand. I see you all, Asanteni. I think the CEO has mentioned something about when you're called upon. As leaders, one of the things that's a big challenge, and I think we were challenged again to improve our communication is when you call on your members and the response is a bit sort of lukewarm. So I need us to discuss in the next few days what is this thing that we need to do to be able to give you confidence, yeah, in supporting your branches, your society more. One of the things you said is branches, active branches. Over 40% of your contributions goes to the branches, so that you're able to have branch activities. What I also heard yesterday is, instead of doing young pharmacists and old pharmacists, can we do all pharmacists in one place? And the one place is the branch. So those are the things we need to now move into, and I think the CEO has really taken that up, and we need a 100 days plan to be able to operationalize that. And I'm looking forward to really working with each of our branch leaders to actualize that. The other external issues is the curriculum, KDA, and practice fields. For me, even if we spoke about all the other nice things we need to do, but KDA comes and wipes the profession out, everything will be for nothing. So we need to be able to discuss in this meeting and strategize on how, what are these things? What's the role of PPB? What's PSK's role? What's the role of me in the branch in making sure that we are focused on the key things and we don't drop, yeah? So allow me to just summarize up to that point. Those are the things that I think I picked from the ground yesterday. We'll continue today with more of that. And let me go to my opening remarks, as I have... I usually see the president usually starts with opening remarks, then speaks off the cuff. I think I've said to speak off the cuff faster. So, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. It's indeed a great honor to be standing here today on the agenda of pharmacists in a dynamic and healthcare environment and our role in that. I believe the conversations, questions, and resolutions at this conference will not only shape our personal and professional journeys, but also impact the collective progress that we must achieve. Recently, a nephew of mine came to me and asking me which field in pharmacy should I focus on if I want to join pharmacy. So one of the things you have to do before you venture into a career or an investment venture is, how do you seek advice from others? Yeah. During that discussion, Professor Kokoro introduced us to the principle that form must follow function. Before you throw money at the problem, yeah? What is the function? What's the purpose of what you want to achieve? The axiom asserts that the purpose of any business venture should serve as the fundamental foundation, guiding the design and subsequent actions. So we unanimously agree that our shared mission was to make quality healthcare accessible and affordable to all, precisely when and where they need it most. Building upon this understanding, we delve deeper into defining what precisely constitutes quality. And I think we were discussing it yesterday. We explore the intricacies of the healthcare landscape, considering the challenges that could be addressed by leveraging our collective experiences as both healthcare consumers and providers. We took into account our qualifications, interests, unique gifts, and perspectives, envisioning the impact we wish to create and the legacy we aspire to leave behind. So there's this image that you can see there. On the outer rings, you have the health system. That's everything else, the hospitals and all those things. But then coming down, you have the pharmacy system. The pharmacy system has the service delivery. So whether you are in supply chain, patient care, that's all service delivery. Next, there's information technology. There are colleagues here who are passionate about information technology. I can see we're in the age of digital pharmacies. Who best to run a digital pharmacy than a pharmacist who is inspired around information and tech, or even has experience in that? Patient capital funds. This is actually my spec. I spend a lot of time coaching for business planning competitions, looking and seeing how much should this business be fundraising for, and for what? Yeah. In healthcare, we call it not just patient kasabo of the patient, but patient. Like, you need money that's investment that can run maybe 7 to 15 years before it's returned. Yeah. So if you took a loan today from the bank, you need to pay that from today. So imagine you set up your pharmacy, maybe with a clinic associated there, you put a CT scan worth 40 million, for example, but you need to pay that from today. So you need patient capital. So those are some of the things that we need to talk about. Human resource, I'm not talking about the HR that some of you castigated about who came here last year, but human resource, I mean, how do we build leadership capacity within our profession? Number 2, healthcare financing. That's how does the patient pay? Does the patient pay cash, insurance, governance and leadership? I think we spoke a lot about that yesterday. And these are the pillars that Professor Kokoro really challenged that and say, you as professionals, what are you doing every day that's touching along those specific areas? In the inner circle, that's how he described quality. Yeah? He used an acronym STIP. Safe. Is the care safe? Are the products safe? Is the service timely? Is it effective? Is it equitable? Is it efficient? Is it person-centered? And he insisted on person-centered because it's not about the patient when the patient comes to see you. The person, where they are. Yeah? And that's really where the pharmacist really comes in. Intriguingly, Professor Kokoro posed a thought-provoking question. Given your newfound knowledge on the purpose of what you want to do, I know you had planned to spend X amount of money, but with 30% of that amount, where would you dispose of those resources? Furthermore, he challenges us to articulate the hypothesis we aim to prove and disprove, and to determine an appropriate timeline for its execution. Equally important, he encourages us to contemplate our next steps once the hypothesis has been concluded and eagerly schedule a follow-up meeting to gauge our progress. Do not be so married. I know we were challenged yesterday. Do not be so married to your ideas. Be willing to be able to pivot. This brings us to an important realization. What healthcare problem is truly worth solving within the limited lifespan of our lifetimes? I know when we go into the breakout sessions, we might ask, what is the challenge in pharmacy practice in Kenya? Some might say PSK, PPV. That's okay. But then practically, what are the things that PSK and PPB must do? Those are the things we want to hear over the next 2 days. In what distinct ways are we individually positioned and to respond effectively? Moreover, who and what do we need to initiate this transformative response? In conclusion, I urge each and every one of you to ponder the underlying purpose behind your career and business endeavors. Consider the optimum design, resources, and model. Don't be afraid of failing, and bring all those pieces together, aligning your aspirations and abilities. Most significantly, contemplate the rationale behind your chosen next steps. Understand why they hold particular significance on your personal and professional journey. Fit for purpose. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to the enlightening discussions that lie ahead at the 43rd Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya Annual Scientific Conference, aptly themed Positioning the Pharmacist in a Dynamic Healthcare Environment. Welcome. Enjoy the program, networking, discussion, and resolutions generated. Asanteni.